Enter at Dick Gumshoe's 7 secret weapons. Looks like he'll come in handy. Want to take up his offer, Miles? Detective, please allow us the use of your secret weapons. Sure thing, sir. First, I'll give you a rundown. Secret weapon number 1, the Trusty metal detector. Perfect for finding all kinds of metallic objects. As its name implies. Next, secret weapon number 2, everyone's favourite pal, Missile. Aww, he can track any scent you want, especially the scent of food. He's much cuter than Mr. Dogan's dog. And then secret weapon number 3, it's, this. Isn't that a fishing pole? What are you trying to catch? No, actually, I just brought it by accident. Never mind that. What's next, detective? That's all of them, sir. What? You called them the 7 secret weapons, but there's only 3 of them? That's all I have for now, pal. We can use the rest next time. I can't just reveal them all at once. Why do you think they're called secret weapons, pal? It doesn't matter. We'll just use the 3 that he's provided. Alright. Which one do you want to use? Missile? The fishing pole. You want Missile, sir? Hey pal, over here, Missile. Ah, there he is. First, let's decide what scent he should track down. We are searching for the route Dogan's dog used to get to the detention cell. This route would have also been the same path used to carry the body to the prison. So, if we have him track the scent of the body, that should lead us to the path. I like how that's incredibly loud. Don't you smell something sweet? Really? All I can smell is the scent of blood. It's a very faint scent, like cake or something. The scent of cake from the body. Alright, Missile, get a good whiff of that scent, pal. Oh, he's on his way. Come on, let's follow after him. I still can't get over how Ray walks. Look at him! That way is... he's heading towards the special cell. He's gone straight inside. Yeah, so let's follow him. Oh god. I don't see Dogan. No. This is Dogan's cell, but it looks like he's absent at the moment. Maybe he's being interrogated. What's in here? Shh, I think he found something. Bloody hell. What could there be in this room? Mr. Edgeworth, we better take a look. Oh, really? At what? Oh, he's got biscuits, cup of tea, or coffee. A teacup and biscuits. I suppose he has his tea time in here too. Playing chess while drinking tea in his cell. Isn't this going a bit overboard with the special treatment? It's like he gets whatever he wants. Don't complain to me. You should tell him yourself. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that. Alright, the chessboard. It's Dogan's chessboard. It still has that hound piece on it. Oh, the chessboard has legs. Aren't these things expensive? Well, they can be. This is very good craftsmanship. Mr. Dogan playing chess is kinda unexpected, you know? I figured he'd be more of a Go player, or something like that. Go? Do you play Go, Kay? I'm really good at Go Bang. But that's not Go. Okay, chisels? It's the chisels Dogan uses. More than enough for him to murder someone with. Speaking of chisels, kinda looks like someone used a chisel on your forehead, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what is that supposed to mean? See, that furrow between your brows getting deeper. It looks just like a carving. I would leave the subject alone if I were you. Okay. Oh wait, there's also this. Also, I'm trying to familiarise myself with the controls. That's how I switch screens. Okay. Look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. There's a small chisel here. I'm not well versed in woodworking, but this seems to be a pocket-sized chisel. A pocket-sized chisel. It must be convenient to have one wherever you go. Is that from a thief's point of view? No, it's from a great thief's point of view. Of course. She didn't even skip a beat. Oh, I guess that's everything. Missile, maybe... This is what you're barking at. Jesus. Whoa, hey! Knock it off, pal! Chocolate cake is bad for dogs. If that's how it's gonna be, I'll eat it all myself. Wow, that was pretty good. Good for you. But it looks like someone else has a problem with that. The dog. That wasn't fair, Gummy. I wanted to eat it too. I doubt it's wise to eat food you find lying around in a prison. Anyway, I guess Miss L was barking at the cake, sir. It was pointless. Is that police dog? Going to get the job done? He's fine, pal. He was just following his stomach instead of his nose. Let's track down the scent of the body for real this time, Miss L. He called it Miles. Alright. Go on, doggo. Ooh, looks like he's found something else, sir. I still think that's Terry Falls. No, it's this cell. This would be Mr. Elbert's cell. And there's Polly! I'd like to examine the interior. Detective, call a guard. Roger that, sir. Good work, Detective. By the way, is J. Elbert still being held in the disciplinary room? God, I can't fucking say that word. No, he should have already returned. He was present during the noon roll call. He may have been assigned to work someplace else. I see. Well then, may we examine the cell? Yes, sir. Still I can't say that. Disciplinary. Disciplinary. I don't know why it's so hard. Ooh, you have punching gloves. Boxing gloves even. Champion. Goal. What is that? This sandbag shows signs of repeated use. If you want a box too, Miss Isle? Look at him go. It can't be. Detective, move the sandbag at once. Yes, sir. A hole? This is... Hey, Miss Isle, come back here. I'm going too. Hold it. I'll stop them, sir. It's too tight for me, sir. Detective. It can't be helped. I'll have to wait for her to contact me. Really? Oh dear. Hello, Kay? Are you alright? Don't get so worked up. Right now I'm in the detention center. The detention center? That hole comes out at Knightley's cell. Really? Stay where you are. I'm coming over there now. Huh. Jesus. Where, though? Under the table? I'm trying to see. Maybe under the bed? Kay! Mr. Edgeworth! I really helped out, didn't I? Indeed. She doesn't appear to be injured. The floorboards have been ripped out from under the bed, sir. Ah. I see. How did we not notice this? It seems we found what we were looking for. The passageway between the detention center and the prison is blocked by solid doors. However, there was a secret tunnel, or underground tunnel beneath it. We were following a sweet scent and arrived here. That means the scent must have come from Knightley's body. So, he has a sweet scent. Come to think of it, his body was covered in dirt. It may have been caused by passing through the tunnel. Okay, what was the inside of the tunnel like? It was pitch black, so I really couldn't see much, but I took some photos. Please show us. This is... oh. Spoons and forks? Were these used to dig the tunnel? There's also paw prints. But more importantly, what are these footprints? These footprints, could they belong to a dog? Yes, they could. Okay, photograph of the tunnel connecting the detention center and the prison. Are those dog prints? Alright. This will surely be vital evidence. However, before we consider that, we have a big problem. A problem? J. Elbert could use this tunnel to move around freely. Detective, confirm his whereabouts post-haste. Perhaps he's... You may be right. Sir, this is a big deal. Ah dear. After speaking with the guards, the search for J. Elbert was carried out immediately. They searched every nook and cranny of the detention center. And the prison. But in the end, they found no sign of him. He escaped. Oh wow. Hallway. Did you contact the police? Yes, ma'am. We've already done that. We set up a security perimeter around the prison, ma'am. Right. This is the first scandal in our prison's history. We're so sorry. She's completely different from before. Mr. Edgeworth? Was it? Thank you for finding the escapee's tunnel. But it's a little too late. Mr. Elbert has long since left here. I don't believe he has gone beyond the detention center. There are security gates located at the exit of the detention center. I believe it would have been difficult to get through those, wouldn't you agree? Maybe he has another tunnel. We certainly can't deny that possibility, however. Anyway, there's no use in you being here now. Please return to your investigation. Yes, we'll do that. You guys get back to your posts too. Yes, ma'am. Detective Gumshoe, sir. We've got the results of that blood test you requested. Good work, pal. These are the forensic results on the bloodstain found in Knightley's cell. So what's it say, Mr. Edgeworth? The blood is confirmed to have been Knightley's. Wiped floor data. Okay, the bloodstain belonged to Knightley. Hey now, that's good news. We found the bloodstain in Knightley's cell and discovered the tunnel the dog used. Furthermore, the security camera shows footage of a dog attacking Knightley in his cell. We have all the evidence we need. It's time we ask Dogan a few questions. Dogan? Did you say? Please use utmost caution. That man even has henchmen outside of the prison. Outside of the prison? Is this related to his secret trade routes as the supplier? The police have been searching for Dogan's henchmen for ages. I've also been helping them, but... So that means back then. So, he still won't talk? Even after all the trouble you went through to get the evidence transferred from the precinct? That's right. I don't know how many times I've tried. I can't report back empty-handed. That assassin sure is one tough cookie, huh? You had evidence transferred from the precinct? Yes, we borrowed all the evidence concerning Dogan. Oh. I've been interrogating him personally in my office, but... no matter how much evidence we have on him, we can't get a single word out of him. The warden interrogates him herself? Why go that far? Lose your focus and he'll eat you alive. Be on your guard. Whoa, you've made Uncle Ray a little nervous. Well, of course these two would be here. Alright. Judge Courtney, what are you doing here? Questioning a prisoner. Did you forget that we're investigating as well? Or rather, have you forgotten my warning? If you value your badge, you should not have appeared before me again. I'm sorry if you thought that I would abide by those words. I won't overlook something important just to heed your warning. I've come for a testimony about the truth of this case, which you have overlooked. For a second then, I thought you had a crow on his shoulder. You mean to say you require my humble services? As I promised, I've returned to prove that you are the culprit. Interesting. Do tell. Oh god, I forgot his voice. Objection. Before that, you should first listen to our reasoning. We can say with confidence that Simon Keyes is the culprit. Only Simon Keyes could have moved Mr. Knightley into the prison. And we can show proof of this fact. But first, I'd like to hear your resolve, Prosecutor Edgeworth. If our reasoning is correct, will you submit it to us? Your Prosecutor's badge. You'll deprive him of his badge? Is that a threat, pal? No, it's not a threat, rather an act of compassion. Normally I wouldn't even have taken notice of you, since you have no right to investigate. However, if you are able to show proper resolve, I would be willing to let you be my opponent. Are you willing to risk it? Oh damn. Your Prosecutor's badge? Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Very well. I trust my own reasoning, but moreover, at the moment I am currently a defense attorney's assistant first and a prosecutor second. I will not sully the good name of the Edgeworth law offices. Michael says nothing. I intend to see my job through. I won't yield to your threats. So be it. Is this bravery or simply foolishness? On the Goddess of Law's behalf, I shall be the judge of that. Sebastian, allow me to. Yeah, I got it. I'm counting on you, Justine. Okay. Woo! Movement to the prison. I presume you know the incident Mr. Knightley caused the day before yesterday. He attacked a guard and stole his keys. Afterwards, Simon Keyes stopped by his cell with an animal cage from the show. During this time, Mr. Knightley was able to use the stolen key to exit his cell. He then hid in the cage while it was moved to the prison workroom. Okay. So Mr. Keyes went to his cell after all. After hearing you talk about the security camera yesterday, we investigated it ourselves. Why don't you have a look? I have a printout of the security camera footage. This is the moment when Mr. Keyes visited Knightley. Exactly. As you can see, the cage creates a huge blind spot in the cell. By using this blind spot, Mr. Knightley could have entered the cage. That is our reasoning. A blind spot. That means the camera doesn't actually show him entering the cage. At this time, there's still the possibility that Knightley never left his cell. But why would he be hiding inside an animal cage? Mr. Knightley was planning to escape from prison. That is the only possibility. A prison escape? That's so cool. First Mr. Elbird, and now Mr. Knightley. I won't let them show me up. Kay, this isn't the time to get excited. J. Elbird's escape is no laughing matter. Simon Keyes was aiding Mr. Knightley in his escape. In other words, he was an accomplice. Not bad, Simon. Don't praise him. That cage was transported temporarily to the workroom. Originally, Mr. Knightley was to remain hidden until the end of the animal show. He would then be carried out along with the cage. I presume that was the plan. However, midway through the plan, he was betrayed by Simon Keyes and murdered. Judd Courtney's reasoning does appear to make sense. However, there must be a hole somewhere. I must not overlook anything. There must be a hole somewhere. You don't say. Movement to the prison. Right. Judge Courtney, about this incident. You do not know of it? That would be unbecoming of you, Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth. Naturally, I know of it. However, you said... Oh, I forgot she says that. In that case, this is a waste of time. I shall continue. Mr. Knightley? Wow, what a bitch. Detector guard has stole his keys. Do you have proof Knightley stole the keys? It is the only explanation as to why Mr. Knightley would have attacked the guard. We will know for certain the moment the guard regains consciousness. Is that really true? Should I ask Judge Courtney for more information? Yes. There is one point in your reasoning that is odd. If Knightley did indeed steal the key, I'd expect he'd try to escape immediately. Was it really necessary for him to wait for Mr. Keys to help him escape? He simply chose the method with the highest probability of success. After stealing the key, he concealed it on his personage. As he waited for the opportune moment, that is what I believe. He concealed the key. Judge Courtney, such an oversight is unlike you. Knightley could not have concealed the key, and I can prove it. Knightley did not hide the key, and the proof is... Is it the ring of keys? Holy crap, I have a lot of evidence. Oh no, it's because we don't know where it is. The key to Knightley's cell was stolen. Current location, unknown. There it is. Haven't the guards informed you yet? They searched Knightley after he attacked the guard, and the key was nowhere to be found. Since the key's location is unknown, your logic doesn't hold. That is not an issue. There is an explanation. Mr. Knightley had the key. It simply wasn't found. The reason being, he concealed it inside the chessboard. The chessboard? You mean the one that concealed the murder weapon? Come now, how do we know whether or not the murder weapon was really there? What? Take some responsibility for your own words. That was all Sebastian's idea after all. So those two don't always agree on their reasoning. In other words, once we put all the pieces together, Mr. Knightley concealed the key he stole from the guard inside the chessboard. When Simon Keyes arrived, Mr. Knightley used the key to slip out of his cell. He entered the animal cage and was transported to the workroom. All thanks to his accomplice, Simon Keyes. Mr. Knightley had planned to be carried outside after the show had ended. However, he was betrayed by his accomplice and murdered during the circus performance. Oh! Mr. Keyes performed in the show. He would have had no opportunity to murder him during the circus performance. No opportunity? Is that so? The story plays itself out on the stage. And such was the case with the animal show. So she examined the content of the show. The suspect plays the role of the villain who antagonizes the elephant heroine. In the final act, the villain is defeated by the heroine's love and all ends well. At that point, the suspect, in the role of the villain, is blown away by the heroine's burning love and makes his exit. Blown away? By the elephant? Was he hurt? After being blown away, the suspect disappeared from the stage. The suspect was absent from the stage for about 15 minutes. Are you saying the crime was committed during that time? Even in such a short period of time, it would still be possible to carry out the murder. Don't you think so? So, he committed the crime in 15 minutes, and then returned to the stage. That may have been possible if the crime scene had been the prison. Judge Courtney, the actual crime took place in the detention centre. I'm afraid I cannot accept that camera footage alone as evidence. As for evidence, I have it. Well then, please show us your evidence. Where is the evidence that shows the scene of the crime was the detention centre? The floor? Here it is, wiped floor. This is the floor? Oh, goddess of law, I am unable to comprehend your mysterious ways. This is what we discovered. The area here was tested positive for Mr. Knightley's blood. Ooh! This blood test? Can it really be trusted? To begin with, how were you able to conduct a scientific investigation? I happen to have a subordinate. I can't vouch for his competence, but he is a man that I trust. Oh, Gumshoe. That detective. This concerns me. I cannot think why one would disturb the order of law. The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee's influence goes as far as the police department. Gummy's in trouble. Forgive me, Detective. I'm afraid something bad may come of this. I will accept the fact that blood was found at the detention centre as evidence. However... How ridiculous. This is unthinkable of you, you third-rate prosecutor. Mr. DeBest, you're here? I completely forgot about him. There's a giant contradiction in your statement. According to the security tape, a dog killed Knightley in his cell. Then, after he left the cell, the blood on the floor was wiped away. Did the dog wipe away the bloodstains? As if that could happen. That is possible. Of my Anubis, right boy? What? Oh, dear. That was one of the tricks I taught him while I was still in the outside world. He makes sure to hide any bloodstains he makes, so as to not leave behind any evidence. I was saved, if only by chance. Shouldn't you have taught your dog to shake or something? Anubis also performs that trick very well, but the shake I taught him is a little different from others. First, he bites the victim's hand. Stop, stop, stop! I don't want to hear anymore. I see. I understand, Prosecutor Edgeworth. It appears you've gathered a good hand. I'm glad you understand. My argument isn't over yet. Objection overruled. Hey now, that's a little harsh. Sebastian, would you allow me the privilege of explaining? Sure, Justine. Do you finally realise? The murder occurred in the detention centre, therefore that assassin's pet dog. My opinion has not changed. Unless I can understand how the dog was able to enter and leave the crime scene. I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Hold it. I've been waiting for you to say that. Now, let me show you. This evidence shows the route the dog used to go between the detention centre and the prison. The footprints! There we go. Yay! Oh my god! This photo! It shows a secret tunnel hidden in the prison. That's impossible. A secret tunnel? This tunnel was dug by the escaped prisoner, J. Elbert. It begins in his prison cell, and it's connected to a holding cell in the detention centre. Namely, the victim cell. I'm shocked. How did this... Dogan, you must have known of this, since you used this tunnel to commit murder. In the name of the Goddess of Law, I hereby reject Prosecutor Edgeworth's claim. What do you mean? Evidence is everything. That remains true here, just as in the courtroom. Isn't that right? I have evidence here. Horace Knightley's autopsy report. Autopsy report? Since when? Why are you surprised? This was delivered straight from the police a short while ago. It's not complete yet, more of a preliminary report. Here, the very word of the Goddess of Law is written. Cause of death, stab wound to the neck. Died instantly. Murder weapon, sharp metal object. The victim was stabbed multiple times in the same spot with a sharp object. Although they were unable to determine the actual shape of the murder weapon, they have clear proof that it was a sharp metal object. So, do you still stand by your claim? That dog used a sharp object to kill the victim? This can't be. Wait, what about a dog's teeth? That is all. The court is adjourned. But wait, the tunnel contains the dog's footprints. Perhaps it may have been one of Anubis's walking courses. I can never tell what Anubis gets up to outside of my cell. Something feels unnatural about all this, but I have no evidence. Courtney Pie, you sure pulled out a hidden gem at the very last moment. She waited for the perfect time to reveal the auto